Hey everyone, this video is going to show you some steps for a self-care art project. These are some completed masterpieces. The one on the left is made by myself and the one on the right is made by my friend Navda. This is an art project, so we are going to get creative, and I want to express that your creations will not look like these, and I hope they don't, because they should be unique to you and your creative imagination. Here are all the supplies needed for this art project. There are two ways you can enjoy this art project. The first is to make a painting project, and the other is a coloring project. Both of the projects will have the same idea, just different supplies. Please read through the lists and pause the video and gather these supplies. Come back to the video and unpause when you are ready. On the screen, I have the 7 categories we will be working with shown. Please take a moment and pause the video to write down at least 3 things in each category. Great! Here are my examples of things I wrote down for each category. You can pause the video again if you would like to read through my ideas. Now that we have our lists written down, grab your base you are working with. If you're doing the painting project, you'll have the canvas base that's on the left, and if you're working with the coloring project, you'll have the paper base on the right. We will start by taking painter's tape and using it to divide our base into 7 parts. Remember, this is an art project, so you can be as creative as you want when creating the 7 sections. On my canvas, I decided to make straight lines with tape, and on the paper, I decided not to use tape and to draw circles. Please pause the video to do this on your own. After creating the sections, we need one more section to create on top for our names. I used a cup to draw a circle in the center of each project. Pause the video to do this now. Great, now that we have our base all set up with the different sections, we can start using our art tools to add color. Before we get started adding color, it is important not to color or paint in the center circle you made for your name. On the left, I used paint on the canvas. Paint takes longer to dry, so you'll have to pause the video and come back when it is dry. Normally, I would let it dry for a couple hours or more depending on how thick of a paint layer you used. I used a thin layer, so it shouldn't take too much time to dry. On the right, I used markers and colored pencils on the paper. I used the markers to outline my sections and the colored pencils to fill them in. Pause the video now and start adding some color to your base. Remember to be creative. If you are doing the painting project, make sure the paint is dry and then carefully remove the painter's tape. Next, we are going to take our lists and write them down with Sharpie into our sections we have colored in. This is what my lists look like in the sections. You may choose which list you want in each section. Just make sure that everything in each individual list stays in the same section together. Pause the video to add your lists. Now that we are almost done with this art project, we need to add our names to it. In the center where you drew a circle, write your name in Sharpie on the inside. Pause the video to do this. Here are the examples I showed in the beginning. You can see that we added decorations to the blank spaces. If you would like to do this, pause the video and come back when you're done. Here are my results to both of the projects. I hope you enjoyed this self-care project and go share your masterpieces with your friends and family and display it somewhere you can see every day.